Hello students. Today we will be studying the chapter The Summit Within. Mizo trangin kalau chiaro na ngun takinin lo ngai thadon nya. Everest lang thipa ding chunga khomwal zau takle moi tak me ke en lai mek chuan ngai to na tam tak kaneya ma se chung ngai to na tam tak zi nga chuan in ngai tlom na aron lang lian bera ka taksa chuan olal pa kalome ati ang me hian ka sia a ma se hlim taka zuang vel ai chuan lungai na aron om tatlata tlang sang ber kolon chuak to a hei ai sang lon tur om to don lo wanga mi ti in ka in ngai to a Everest la sang tak han lon chwa me chuan hlimna in kan khata chungril takin lomna le lung oina alo oma tlang lon mi te chu chungrila thlak dang lamin an om thina mi tlang lon chuak to chu angai na lo chuklo re reang chutia Everest lang sang tak ka han lon zo me chuan tlang sang dang jok chu ka ngai to chhuaka mani ril ru tlang sang tak chu olsam big chuang lo le hersalo big chuang lo chu chutia tlanga changa ka chuk to hnu le ka taksa ha na te are vek to hnu chuan tinge Everest tlang hi ka lon ti ka in zot chana tinge tlang chi phan thlen chu ka ngai to na a cham reng le thil thleng to hnu nimna thil thleng ni si niliam zel chon ka ngai to na te chu ati hlatial tial don sia ani chuan enge bangang ka thil ton zong song te chu an labo do nemni chung ka ngai to na te chuan eng wangin nge mi te hian tlang an lon thin ti zona chu min nei tira zona chan ol tak ani lo chan na ol sam ber tur chu mi te soyangin thil lo om ve to ani awangin thil har tak aron thop chho awang ani thil har sa tak ton tlang theina a hian mihring chuan hlimna a hmuwa tlang lon om zia chu tuar chelna temak na le tumru na ani heng zong zong hi taksa a alan chhuwa chuan hlimna le phurna na sa tak asiama keima tan nge po hian he zona a hian mimal chan na ka nei veya kano panglai atang tu in tlang hi ka ngai na emema tlanga changa hlataka khozola ka om chuan ka shi omin bo riawin ka in chachina tlang ram te hi thil siama chuan mun nuam ber an niang an moina le an ro puina te hian chona na sa tak an siama thil dang tam tak angin pathian ne na inzom na chikhat niin ka ring hengte soi hnu hian zona la bang chu enga tinge Everest kher achan chu asang ber le ro pui ber ani sia mi tam tak hlo chamna lo ni photo a thato ber thlain chananga ya lungne vur bum bo tak kara bulchan to chon alak loa top san the ani silova nunata na hlo ompo ni se achuklam chu alon lam angbogin a harsa a chutia lon chhuwa ani me chuan hlimna le phurna na sa tak thil ro pui tak ti zo hlim ang meile indona a chakna changjok ang mei ten hlo tlingna ril ru le hlimna na sa tak min pe ani ka omna hmuna changa hla tak ka ve en zeu chuan khovel danga shwaibo ang mai in ka oma keima a chuan danglamna amak ti chi a soifya thei chu alo oma amoina te afalna te aro puina te azia te le akal konga harsna omte chuan alama min hip mema Everest lang ang mai khan ami chawna chu nar a har memani ke en le chuan Everest lang kalon chan hil soifya lowin ka in sia a enga tinge I thok ti zona ang mai ani enga tinge I chen omte I chan pui enga tinge thil chati idu chana dik tak om thei ani lo chumi kara chuan Everest lang lon hi pumro har satna mai ani lowa mi tu po tlang chip han thleng chuan ama ngai to na chuan maktak mein thil zong zong zinga te bera in nge na ril ru apuwa taksa a tlang hne chu hlotlin na pakhat ve mi chaw ani chu ai thil dang tam tak a omani chungril taka hlimna in azuya mani din mun ai sanga lon chak ana sa takin apetelani mishing in thil asya chak zwalna le angai natna ani tlang lon pa ngai mei han mit thla ula atop lam thlen chau don lam pangto tlang lon ve dang nen chuan shui in choma in ti nget tona vurt langa chuan in ke penzil na tur chu atan tlanga ti chuan shui chu achon ngeta in kai chhota a lon chu asak chal ani ke pen tina chuan I tha ne zong zong chu I song khoma tlang lon mi lar tak te pon chante puina an don thu an lo soi photo e puina nei lo se chu an be dong ve nge yang thokaron harsa a enga tinge he thila hian ka in hnam hnoi re re ti in nge tu a voitam taklet le du naril ru inaya chukle de chu chawle zel ai chon achak omjok emema ma se voi le khata chung ngei to na atang chuan I har chhuak thuta nangma chuan enge moni in beidon du lo na aron nei tir che a ikal zela I chan te po chuan an lo zui zel che a fit som nga chau nge fit za zok ti chuan I in zot ta a top na om lo wem ni I chan pa chu I ena ani po chuan alo en che a inin ti phur to na ti chuan shat lo kara a chi chu in lo thleng dera a chi pa changa kan en kwal chuan a in thir om lo khop me tlang chip dang chu chhum kara chuan aron langa in van nei chuan ni nan lo chhun cha me the a che vela tlang ta chu rangka chak moi tak ngonga or ang velan ni a hnoya chuan khomwal moi tak atler pheya tlang ler achanga a hnoi en thlak chu a ro puin a hmunom em ani thinchi ini pathian biak hne na in hlan mol mol me ani Everest thi pa chuan Guru Nanak thalak ka hnu chia rawo ta chuan Goddess Durga thalak ada ve thunga Phu Dorji ero chuan Buddha lim a hnu chia ani Edmund Hillary Pokhan Cross lungle vur kara a phum ve nge kha hengte hi hne na entir na ni lowin ngei hlut na entir na an ni zok tlang chip thlen chu mi athak dang lam hle ani tlang dang oma chu nang ma chunga ngei khan ani iril ruwa khan mitinin mani tlang chau kan kinga chu tlang chu ama a insia chan le zwalnan alon ngei angai ani a hlo omin ate thelo ma se tu man an lon sak the si lo cha nang ma nge ya iti angai ani pumro a tlang sang tak lon le ma ni ril chunga tlang lon har sat dan chu ain angrengang itlang lon chu pumro in ilon emo ril ru le tharau ani emo engtin moni tak athak dang lam nge yang che khovel dan le nangma chanchin nge po azir tir na sang che Everester kani awang hian nuna thil har sa tak tak ka ton te po hi ton tlang thei turin fuina min pe in ka sia a tlang lon kha thil hlok thlak tak ani ma se iril ru chunga tlang lon po kha a hlok tlak em thawa ma se Everest tlang ai chuan asang deuh shat mai thei ani
ole tuna thon thu kan ngai thlak tak the summit within ti kha class 8 English Honeydew textbook ami ani a thon thu tila mimal mani chanchin jiana biography tila adik ome kha chanchin kha major HPS aluwalia Mount Everester in kumsang hazakwa somruk panga a Mount Everest alon chwa nu a angai tuana thilom shang azia chwana le aswena ani a Major HPS Aluwalia hi Haripal Singh Aluwalia ti na ani a November ni ruksang hazakwa som thum paruka pianga ama hi mountaineer tlanglon mi author ziak tu social worker van tlang ta na thok tu Indian Army officer retired ani boka angai sanom em ani a chanchin ziana a thon thu ti meyang mo a passage a textbook chunga mi ranchiar tu kha le a let tu a translate tu kha Pauline L Haunar ani kha kan students lui ani a graduate to tuna han competitive exam turin Delhi lama in buat sai meka hun chep takara minloti sakte katia minloti saka chunga polom thu kan soinga ni sela tin block aneya Pauline Haunar ti in a block kha a block a hian article ngai nom tak thungai nom tak chi sang ziak thina in lo join in lo char sakwe thin don nia ti kha kan soitel pa ani Okay, let's move on to the exercise. The first one, comprehension check. Choose the right item. Number 1, standing on Everest, the writer was jubilant and sad. Number 2, the emotion that gripped him was one of joy and discovery. Number 3, the summit of the mind refers to a fuller knowledge of oneself. The next one, answer the following question. Question number 1, what are the 3 qualities that played a major role in the author's climb? Answer, the 3 qualities that ensured the success of the author were endurance, persistence, and willpower. Question number 2, why is adventure, which is risky, also pleasurable? The answer, mountain climbing is a great adventure but is also risky. It is a great challenge and doing challenging job is in itself pleasurable. It gives immense joy to the doers. Question number 3, what is about Mount Everest that the author found irresistible? Answer: Mount Everest attracted the author because it is the highest, the mightiest, and has defied many previous attempts. It takes the last ounce of one's energy. Question number 4. One does not do it, climb a high peak, for fame alone. What does one do it for, really? The answer: conquering summit is a great physical achievement. But more than that, it gives the climber the emotional and spiritual satisfaction. It satisfies man's eternal love for adventure. Question number 5. He becomes conscious in a special manner of his own smallness in this large universe. This awareness defines an emotion mentioned in the first paragraph. Which is the emotion? The answer is, that emotion is humility. Question number 6. What were the symbols of reverence left by members of the team of Everest? The answer: the author left on Everest a picture of Guru Nanak. The answer: the author left on Everest a picture of Guru Nanak. Reward left a picture of Goddess Durga. Poo Durgi left a relic of Buddha. At Mount Hilary, being a Christian, buried a cross under the rock. All these were symbols of reverence for God. Question number 7. What, according to the writer, did his experience as an Everester teach him? The answer: an experience of having conquered Mount Everest changed him completely. It made him realize his own smallness. The next exercise, question number 2. Write a sentence against each of the following statements. The sentence should explain the statement. You can pick out sentences from the text and rewrite them. The first one has been done for you. Number 1. The experience changes you completely. One who has been to the mountains is never the same again. That is the answer. And number 2, man takes delight in overcoming obstacles. Number 3, mountains are nature at its best. Number 4, the going was difficult, but the after effect was satisfying. Number 5, the physical conquest of a mountain is really a spiritual experience. And here's the answer. Number 2 answer: the obstacles in climbing mountains are physical. A climb to a summit is a test of endurance and willpower. It is a challenge that is difficult to resist. Number 3, Everest is the highest and the mightiest and has defied many previous attempts. Number 4, when the summit is climbed, there is the joy of having done something. One has the feelings of victory and of happiness. Number 5, mountains are a means of communion with God. The next exercise, fill in the blanks in the following dialogues, choosing the suitable phrases. Number 1, teacher: you were away from school without permission. Go to the principal at once and submit your explanation. Pupil: yes, madam, but would you help me to write it first? Number 2, Arun: are you unwell, Ila? No, not at all. Why do you ask? Arun: if you were unwell, I would send you to my uncle. He's a doctor. Number 3, Mary: almost every Indian film has an episode of love at first sight. David: is that what makes them so popular in foreign countries? Number 4, Asif: you look depressed. Why are your spirit at such a low ebb today? Use such in phrase. Ashok: I have to write 10 sentences using words that I never heard before. Sheba: your big moment is close at hand. Exercise number 2. Write the noun forms of the following words ending ance or ence to each. The answer is written in the noun side. Endurance, persistence, significance, confidence, maintenance, endurance. In the next exercise, match the words A and B. Column A and B. Remote means far away from. Means methods: dominant, most prominent, formidable, difficult to overcome, overwhelm, be overcome, overempowered. In the next exercise, we have to fill up the blanks. by using the words from the exercise match the column A and B from A side. Number 1, there were formidable obstacles on the way, but we reached our destination safely. Number 2, we have no means of finding out what happened there. Number 3, why he lives in a house remote from any town or village is more than I can tell. Number 4, overwhelm my gratitude we bow to the speaker for his valuable advice. Number 5, the old castle sat in a dominant position above the sleepy town. We will do more question and answer which are not mentioned in your textbook. Question number 1. What do you know about HPS Ahluwalia? The answer, Major HPS Ahluwalia was a member of the first successful Indian expedition to Mount Everest in 1965. Question number 2. Which other summit has been talked to by the author? The answer, the other summit that has been talked to by the author is the summit of the mind. In the author's opinion, climbing this. Question number 3. Why do people climb mountains? The answer, people climb mountains because it is a difficult task. They take delight in overcoming obstacles. The obstacles in climbing a mountain are physical. A climb to a summit means endurance, persistence, and willpower. The demonstration to these qualities is exhilarating. Question number 4. How does the author view mountains? The author finds a great joy in the company of mountains. He feels miserable in the plains. Their beauty and majesty pose a great challenge. The author believes that mountains are a means of communion with God. Question number 5. What features of Everest did draw the author to it? The answer, the beauty of Everest, its aloofness, might, and ruggedness drew the author to it. The difficulties that the author encountered on the way also were taken by him as challenge which he couldn't resist. Long answer type question. Question number 1. Why did the author climb Mount Everest? Answer, the author climbed Mount Everest because it is the highest, the mightiest, and defied many previous attempts. It takes the last ounce of one's energy. It is a brutal struggle with rock and ice. Once taken up, it cannot be given up halfway because the passage back isn't difficult as the passage onwards. And then, when the summit is climbed, there is the exhilaration, the joy of having done something, the sense of battle fought and won. There is a feeling of victory and of happiness. Question number 2. How does Ahluwalia explain the title of the lesson, The Summit Within? The answer, the writer was a member of the team that reached the summit of Mount Everest. It was a great achievement, but he did not feel vain or heroic. He felt that his conquest of Everest was merely a physical experience. There was another summit within every person. It was his own mind. One has to climb it also to get fuller knowledge of oneself. This exercise is difficult. It also changes one as the standing on the summit of Mount Everest. Ole tuntuma chuan khatizong kha kan zir the ani a zirlai no pangten in zirlai in no hlok pui nge kan bet sei bok ani video da nga te po kan soi tak thin angin a thon thu hi mizo togin soi fia maila zirlai bu zirlai no pangte in zirlai ani angin nangmani in a textbook kha in no chiar sharp sham thin don ya. Stay home and stay safe from COVID-19.